We think we have seen it all with Palantir. All their clients, all their softwares are on the table and company is running on a loss. On top of that, insider selling is through the roof. And some question that can Palantir sustain their revenue projection and keep getting new deals? And can they actually get to the valuations we think they can achieve? So just for next few minutes, I want you to keep all of those feelings aside and watch this video and hear me out on few major things I'm about to share with you. And then decide yourself that have we seen it all with Palantir? And do mention in the comments and share with all of us what do you think the future of Palantir is. So let's start with few numbers and few stats. So the first image on your screen shows the commercial and government revenue since 2018. And as you can see that Palantir has been securing more revenue from both of these sectors. And don't forget that Palantir actually just started with commercial sector just a few years ago. So as you can see over here, this is commercial sector right here, and this is government sector. As you can see, government revenue has been going up drastically. Along with that, look at the jump that Palantir is making on the commercial side of things. And again, this is a very new sector for Palantir. Now, earlier this year, Palantir signed a deal with IBM and Fujitsu right here. The IBM deal was in February and then Fujitsu deal was in January. So they both signed these deals with Palantir, and in my opinion, this is their key or Palantir's key to faster growth in the commercial sector, where the addressable market is much bigger than its core government market. So now with this partnership, Palantir also opened its platform to make it easier for third-party developers to build custom app, which could help expand users of its software in many other commercial areas. Also, the IBM partnership will be very useful for expansion in healthcare and financial services customers, where Palantir could easily and actually displace older systems like SAP or Oracle. Take a look at this. This article was published just yesterday when I was recording this video. Right here, Palantir rakes in $150 million to integrate VA's EHR data, create COVID-19 database for NIH. So this is really cool. As you can see that Palantir is already started to go towards the health sector a lot more aggressively because of the partnership with IBM. So this is really good idea for Palantir to kind of partner with IBM just because of their history in the government sector, also in the healthcare sector, and also just the reach IBM has in all different sectors. Okay, so now let's look at some numbers. The chart over here shows the total government revenue and total commercial revenue. Now, the only thing that stands out on this chart, again, there are many things that you can take a look at, all the revenues, also the year-over-year growth, but we already know all about it. One of the interesting things that stands out is take a look at the average revenue per customer right here. This is the number that I got really excited to see on Palantir, of course, and that's why I decided to invest more in Palantir. So in fiscal year 2019, their average revenue per customer was 5.6 million. Now in 2020, just a year later, the average revenue per customer is 7.9 million. It's a very bullish sign for a company. That means more and more customers are coming back and spending more money with the same company because they're liking the product and they're liking the service. I have mentioned this in the past for Palantir customers that the retention will be huge because of their proprietary software. Here is a simple chart that shows Palantir average revenue against some of its competitors. So next chart that you see over here, that shows what is Palantir's revenue as compared to Viva, ServiceNow, and CrowdStrike. As you can see, Palantir is leading huge, all with a massive number in that field just because they do everything in-house. And that's a real asset for Palantir. And you can see like Palantir is leading in a big way over here in this sector. Now that brings to my next point. So Palantir started off in the government sector as a government contractor. And since then, the demand for Palantir software in different government departments has quadrupled. Now with President Biden's latest infrastructure bill, there are special provisions for cybersecurity that will be the next big war that we all know will be fighting for years to come. And companies like Palantir, CrowdStrike will be getting a lot of work. Let's take a look at some facts. Here is a chart that shows the cybersecurity spending from 2019 to 2024. Currently, we are spending less than $50 billion, and in the next 3 years, we are getting close to about $70 billion right here. 2019, 2020, we are close to about $50 billion in 2021, and by 2024, just in 3 years' time, we are going to be above 60 billion, close to about 70 billion. That's a huge deal. Now, I know that it won't be fair for me to finish this video without mentioning few risks. Palantir government contract help companies' revenue, but I feel they also hamper international growth. I mean, the use of Palantir software by FBI, as reported by New York Post, could be a risk for international expansion, both for government and commercial customers outside the US. Now, Palantir's use cases are increasing, along with more partnerships, and that puts the company or Palantir in a very strong position to sustain growth at least 2 to 3 times than the rest of the analytics and database segment. In my personal opinion, Palantir has a huge commercial case which they have not yet explored, and with the recent cyber threats, we are going to see some strong numbers from Palantir in 2021. I'm bullish and continue to remain bullish on the company. Hope I provided some value and some facts that you may agree or may not. Regardless, do mention in the comments what are your thoughts on Palantir, and also how do you think the company will perform in 2021. I will also link my Palantir domination video, so do check it out for more in-depth details on their operations. And of course, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy content like this so you don't miss out the future videos. As always, an absolute pleasure to be here. Love you all. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.